An awesome player. All right, so let's jump right into it. Stats: 28 goals, 55 assists, and pretty much a 35% shooting percentage. Very, very good. He's a guy who gets his body close to the goal, and doesn't take as many outside shots as maybe most people. But it's because he's so good at getting to the goal. So I think we're gonna cover more of his dodging ability and his ball carrying ability than anything else. All right, so let's move forward. Let's just watch this in real time. In, out, shift, boom. All right, so all the way back to the beginning here. As he's coming through this dodge, all right, moving at full speed is not necessary when you're dodging, because great dodgers are not good or not great because they're fast. Being fast is not what makes you a great dodger. It's your entry and your exit. How smooth do you enter the dodge, and more importantly, how smooth do you exit the dodge? Or maybe they're equally important. All right? But the point is, it's all about deception, the element of surprise. Good dodgers move when their defenseman least expects it. All right? And if you're moving at full speed, it's extremely hard to change direction. All right? It's not about the speed, it's about how you move. So you can see here, as I point out with every other guy pretty much who's an effective roll dodger, head turns first. All right, you can see how slow he's moving. Even in my slow-mo video, you can see it, right? But just the entry, he doesn't dip that much. The body doesn't change that much. He just whips his head around. And that exit out of that dodge allows him to accelerate out of the dodge and create enough separation, between his defenseman and him. Now he can play with him a little bit here. Here he holds up, then he bursts out. He's got enough space now to get that shot off. All right? Get his hands free and get that shot off. And all you need, man, is like a foot and a half of separation to get that shot off. So as we start this, I want you guys to think about separation in terms of, inches and feet, and not about breaking ankles. All right, it's all about getting to the goal as efficiently as possible. This is the tail end of a dodge here. He's coming up, right? He's running probably 70% of his max speed. Hands are up and out. That allows him to get that arm up at 90. Okay, and remember, stick parallel with the ground, which that changes depending on how much whip you have in your stick and things like that, what you're used to. But never forget, right leg stimulates left arm. We are cross crawlers, all right? So you got to step and open up your hips with that right leg as you're coming around, which is harder to do as an attackman than for a midi, because you're running away from the goal. So you got to really make sure you whip that hip around, but you do it by opening up properly with the inside foot, not whipping the outside foot around, all right? Because that's how we're designed to move. Right here, boom. Oh, let's watch this one in real time. I like this. Comes up, shifts. Okay, these types of moves are obviously not planned, right? The best athletes don't plan almost anything. They're really good at responding to stimuli, any stimulus, that's going on. And the way you respond quickly is not by running at full speed. Look at him. Back is straight, head is up. He's coming up. He's pressing the angle. He sees the slide. And the reason why he's able to step out is because he's not running at full speed. Very smooth, shifty, boom. Comes in, sees it. So if you guys are ever having a hard time dodging, take a deep breath, step back, and think about how you're dodging. Are you going 100% of your max speed? Are you trying too hard? For me, there's such a thing as trying too hard, all right? So don't try too hard when you're dodging. Try to be smooth and calm, breathe through your nose, all that good stuff. And this guy's an awesome example of that. Boom, steps out. It's awesome. Look at this. He's so calm when he's moving. That's just awesome. He's never got his stick in tight to his body. He never protects it in tight. Hands are always out. First dodge, beautiful. Not bad. Second dodge, rolls his shoulders. Look what happens when you roll your shoulders. Even the best. As soon as you roll those shoulders, you start to trip up. Watch him, he trips up a little bit, right? Just a little bit. Not enough to affect him, not enough to make it bad, right? But we care about the little micro things here. But, right, you gotta understand that everyone makes mistakes, and you never want to roll your shoulders when you're dodging. You want to get your defenseman to roll his shoulders. Here, he's coming up. Slows down. Wasn't going that fast to begin with. Head turns. You can see what's going on. Bang. He's got it. I love it. I think this guy's the smoothest player in the game, and I really like watching him play. So, things to note about him. Great at changing his speeds while he's dodging. I really like how he changes his speeds when he's dodging, right? He can really shift in and out of, second gear to third gear to fourth gear and things like that. I rarely see him go into fifth gear, all right? But that allows him to think and react appropriately to whatever